Jane Eyre. Hi everyone. Welcome to Learn English Through Stories. Today, I will tell you the story of Jane Eyre, a brave and clever girl who faces many challenges in her life. She grows from an orphan into a strong, independent woman and finds love in a surprising way. If you love stories full of courage, mystery, and true love, you are in the right place. Let's start Jane Eyre's journey together. Part 1. Jane Eyre is an orphan girl. She lives with her aunt, Mrs. Reed, at Gateshead Hall. Mrs. Reed does not like Jane. She treats Jane badly. Jane has cousins who are cruel. They insult her and make her feel lonely. Jane is unhappy, but she is strong and smart. One day, Jane fights with her cousin John. John hits Jane. She is sent to the Red Room, a cold and dark room. Jane is very afraid. She feels alone and thinks she might die there. After she is released, she becomes thoughtful. Jane wants courage and justice. She grows stronger in spirit. Jane grows up at Gateshead. She is clever and loves books. Reading gives her comfort. She is curious about the world. Jane wants a life of her own. She wants to learn, explore, and be independent. Jane is brave and intelligent. When Jane is 10 years old, Mrs. Reed sends her to Lowood School. Lowood is a charity school for poor girls. The school is strict and cold. Teachers are harsh. Students have little food and wear old clothes. Life is hard at Lowood. Jane must wake early, work hard, and obey strict rules. Jane meets Helen Burns at Lowood. Helen is gentle, kind, and patient. She teaches Jane about forgiveness and endurance. Jane admires Helen. They become close friends. Helen is sick, but she is brave. She dies after some time. Jane is very sad. She learns about courage, patience, and kindness. At Lowood, Jane studies hard. She learns reading, writing, religion, and other subjects. She becomes a teacher at the school when she grows older. She works hard and is proud of her independence. Jane wants to make her own choices in life. She does not want to depend on others. After 8 years at Lowood, Jane leaves the school. She wants to see the world. She wants new experiences. She finds a job as a governess at Thornfield Hall. A governess is a teacher for children in rich families. Jane meets her student, Adele. Adele is lively and sweet. Jane enjoys teaching her. At Thornfield, Jane meets Mr. Rochester, the master of the house. He is serious, intelligent, and sometimes mysterious. Jane is curious about him. Mr. Rochester is sometimes strict, but he respects Jane's honesty and cleverness. They talk often. Jane enjoys his company. Jane notices strange things at Thornfield. At night, she hears mysterious laughter and noises. Some doors are locked. Some servants behave oddly. Jane is curious but cautious. She wants to understand the secrets of the house. Mr. Rochester and Jane grow closer. He asks her about her past and her thoughts. Jane tells him about her life and childhood. Mr. Rochester admires her courage and honesty. Jane begins to have feelings for him. She respects him but wants equality in love. One night, Jane hears strange noises again. She sees a mysterious figure laughing in the hall. Jane is frightened, but she is brave. She wants to understand the mystery. Jane saves Mr. Rochester from a fire in his room. No one knows who started it. Jane's courage and loyalty impress him. Their relationship grows stronger. Jane realizes she loves him, but she wants to be careful. She knows Thornfield has secrets. Mr. Rochester asks Jane to marry him. Jane is happy but cautious. She wants honesty and truth. Jane dreams of a future with him, but she is careful. She wants to know the truth before giving her heart completely. Part 2. At Thornfield Hall, Jane begins her work as a governess for Adele. She enjoys teaching her and finds the work rewarding. Jane likes the calm and peaceful moments in the house, but she also notices strange events. Sometimes at night, she hears laughter, footsteps, and odd noises in the halls. Some doors are locked, and some servants behave strangely. Jane is curious, but cautious. She wants to understand the secrets of Thornfield. Jane spends more time with Mr. Rochester. They talk in the garden, in the hall, and sometimes in his private rooms. Mr. Rochester is serious, intelligent, and mysterious. He is sometimes strict, but he respects Jane's honesty and cleverness. Jane enjoys listening to him and answering his questions. She likes his intelligence and feels a connection with him. Mr. Rochester tells Jane about some parts of his past. He talks about his travels, his sadness, and his loneliness. Jane listens carefully. She admires him for his honesty. Jane also begins to feel strong emotions toward him. She respects him, but wants equality in their relationship. Jane is careful and thoughtful about love. Jane notices that there is a hidden part of the house. Some rooms are locked, and servants avoid certain areas. Jane is curious, but does not want to offend Mr. Rochester. She waits and watches carefully, hoping to understand the mystery without causing trouble. One night, a strange fire occurs in Mr. Rochester's room. Jane sees flames and smoke and quickly takes action. She saves him from danger. Mr. Rochester is grateful and impressed by her bravery. Their relationship becomes stronger after this event. Jane realizes that her feelings for him are growing, but she also knows she must be careful. Jane learns more about Adele's life and Mr. Rochester's household. She sees that Thornfield has hidden secrets. Strange sounds continue at night. Jane is determined to remain brave and honest. She wants to protect herself and Adele while understanding the mysteries around her. Mr. Rochester begins to express deeper feelings toward Jane. He compliments her intelligence and courage. He talks about marriage indirectly, but does not reveal everything. Jane dreams of a future with him, but remains cautious. She wants a relationship based on honesty and equality. Jane becomes more confident and independent at Thornfield. She faces difficulties and learns to handle them with patience and courage. She thinks about her past at Gateshead and Lowood and how she overcame hardships. Jane realizes that her strength and intelligence have helped her survive and thrive. One evening, Mr. Rochester asks Jane to marry him. Jane is thrilled but nervous. She wants honesty and truth. She feels love for him, but wants to be sure of his past and the hidden secrets of the house. Jane is careful because she knows that honesty is more important than passion. At the wedding, a shocking secret is revealed. Mr. Rochester's wife, Bertha Mason, is alive. She has been secretly kept in the house. Jane is completely shocked. She cannot marry Mr. Rochester while his wife is alive. Jane is honest and decides to leave Thornfield. She packs her things and escapes during the night. Jane walks alone through the dark and cold night. She is frightened but determined. She wants to start a new life and act according to her conscience. Jane finds shelter with the Rivers family, who are kind and welcoming. She begins to recover from the shock and starts a new life with honest work and calm surroundings. Jane learns about her family inheritance. Her uncle has died and left her a large fortune. Jane is now independent and wealthy. She can make her own decisions and live freely. Jane thinks about Mr. Rochester, but knows she must follow honesty and integrity. Jane grows emotionally and spiritually. She learns about courage, self-respect, and the importance of following her heart. She refuses a marriage proposal from her cousin, St. John. Jane is determined to live her life according to her feelings and values. Part 3. After some time living with the Rivers family, Jane feels stronger and independent. She is recovered from the shock of Mr. Rochester's secret. Jane has inherited a large fortune from her uncle. She is rich, free, and able to make her own choices. She thinks about her future and her feelings for Mr. Rochester. Jane decides to return to Thornfield Hall. She wants to see Mr. Rochester and understand what has happened there. She travels alone. The journey is long and difficult, but Jane is determined. She is nervous and worried. She does not know what she will find, but she trusts her courage. When Jane arrives, she finds Thornfield Hall destroyed. The house has been burned in a terrible fire. The fire happened because of Bertha Mason, Mr. Rochester's wife. Bertha started the fire and died in the flames. Jane is sad for the destruction of the house, but she is relieved that the danger is over. She wonders about Mr. Rochester's condition. Jane searches for Mr. Rochester. She learns that he tried to save people from the fire. During the fire, he was injured. He lost one hand and his eyesight. Jane is very worried. She is sad for him, but she is also brave. She wants to help him. Jane shows love, courage, and loyalty. Jane finds Mr. Rochester at a small house nearby. He lives there simply. He is sad but alive. Jane is happy to see him. They talk about their feelings. Jane tells him that she loves him and wants to be with him. Mr. Rochester feels the same. They express love honestly and equally. Jane and Mr. Rochester decide to marry. They live together in a small house. They are equal partners. Jane is happy because she can live honestly and freely with the man she loves. Mr. Rochester respects her courage, intelligence, and independence. Their love is strong and based on honesty. After some time, Mr. Rochester regains part of his eyesight. He can see a little. Jane is pleased. They enjoy life together. They live calmly and peacefully. Jane teaches, helps others, and participates in daily life. Mr. Rochester enjoys her company and values her opinions. Their love grows stronger every day. Jane thinks about her past. She remembers Gateshead, Lowood, and Thornfield before the fire. She remembers the hardships she faced as a child and a young woman. Jane realizes that her courage, honesty, and intelligence helped her survive and find happiness. She is proud of her independence. Jane and Mr. Rochester live a happy life together. They respect each other deeply. Jane's strength and moral courage allow her to overcome difficulties. She builds a life with dignity, love, and freedom. Jane Eyre's story shows bravery, honesty, and the importance of self-respect. Part 4. After Jane and Mr. Rochester marry, they begin a new life together. They live in a small, simple house. Jane enjoys teaching and helping others in the nearby village. She feels happy because she can live honestly and freely. She is independent but also loved by Mr. Rochester. Mr. Rochester respects Jane's courage, intelligence, and opinions. He listens to her advice and treats her as an equal. Jane and Mr. Rochester share daily life. They enjoy simple things, walking in the garden, reading together, and talking about life. Their love grows stronger every day. Jane thinks about her childhood and youth. She remembers Gateshead Hall, where she was treated badly by her aunt and cousins. She remembers the Red Room, the harsh punishment, and the loneliness. She remembers Lowood School, where life was strict and hard. She remembers Helen Burns, her kind friend, who taught her patience and forgiveness. Jane is proud that she survived all difficulties. Jane also remembers Thornfield Hall before the fire. She recalls the strange noises and mysterious laughter. She remembers the fire that destroyed the house and Bertha Mason, Mr. Rochester's wife, who died in the flames. Jane is grateful that she and Mr. Rochester survived and that they can live together honestly. Jane teaches Adele and other children. She enjoys education and sharing knowledge. She values honesty, courage, and intelligence in her students. Jane also helps people in the village, showing kindness and generosity. She feels her life has meaning. Mr. Rochester slowly adapts to his injuries. He lost one hand and his eyesight, but he is strong and determined. Jane helps him with daily life. They support each other. Their love is based on mutual respect, honesty, and equality. Jane's courage gives Mr. Rochester hope and happiness. Over time, Jane becomes a respected member of the community. She is known for her kindness, intelligence, and moral courage. People admire her strength and independence. Jane uses her inheritance wisely. She lives simply and avoids luxury, focusing on meaningful work and love. Jane and Mr. Rochester live a peaceful life. They enjoy each other's company and share memories of the past. They are honest about their feelings and communicate openly. Jane reflects on her life. She understands that bravery, honesty, and independence helped her achieve happiness. Jane thinks about love. She realizes that true love requires respect, equality, and honesty. She is proud that she followed her heart while remaining honest. Jane's life shows that courage and moral strength are important in facing difficulties. In the end, Jane Eyre and Mr. Rochester live happily. They have love, respect, and mutual understanding. Jane's journey from orphan to independent, wise, and loving woman is complete. She overcame loneliness, cruelty, and hardship. Jane's life is a story of bravery, honesty, and self-respect. Jane teaches that life is not easy, but honesty, courage, and intelligence help a person survive and find happiness. She shows that love can be true and equal when built on trust and respect. Jane Eyre's story ends with hope, peace, and the rewards of moral courage. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story of Jane Eyre and learned new English words and phrases along the way. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the bell for more English stories. Share your thoughts about Jane's courage and honesty in the comments below. See you in the next story.